is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Arizona.
We're in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. It is a gorgeous night for baseball here at Chase Field, the site of the 82nd All-Star Game, where All-Star ballots are being cast in this ballpark starting today. The visiting Philadelphia Phillies going toe-to-toe with the Arizona Diamondbacks again. It is a picture postcard night for baseball. Hi, folks. Welcome back to the ballpark. This man, my broadcast partner, Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. Glad to be invited into your home this evening. Welcome back to this yard. Now, when you talked yesterday, Gracie, your old teammate, Gary Matthews over there, an analyst for the Phillies, you guys were both making a point when you face aces, and the Phillies have 4 of them, saying you will get maybe a half dozen mistakes tops. You have to cash in on those mistakes. There's a small margin for victory there, and, well, the Diamondbacks, couple of examples you noticed, one side then the other.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not going to get many opportunities with a guy like Cliff Lee on the mound. Let's take you back to last night. X-80, his first at bat. Look at this pitch. Oh, he had a great rip at it, but he fouled it back. 2 pitches later, here's your result. That's what happens when you miss a pitch to hit from Cliff Lee. Let's take Chris Young next. A first pitch fastball. He got it. Bang. Out of the ballpark it goes. You're not going to get those very often. Watch where the catcher wants the ball. He wants it there. Watch where the pitch goes, folks. Only about 5-6 inches away from where the catcher wanted it. That's the difference between winning and losing in the major leagues. He missed his spot. Chris Young made him pay. That is the difference, and that is all it takes sometimes against a great one like Cliff Lee.
So few mistakes, you have to take advantage. Same thing can be said tonight. It is Roy Oswalt on the bump for the Philadelphia Phillies. He is having an incredible season. We will hear about Roy in the next segment. I like to focus on Daniel Hudson because for Hudson, it's been struggles in the first inning.
Yeah, it's really tough to explain a guy like Daniel Hudson, who, in my mind, is one of the more mentally tough young men I've seen watch pitch in the last couple of years, but this year it hasn't been the case. For some reason, there's been that big speed bump in the first inning. He's got to find a way to get that first inning out of the way, or it's going to be a long season for the young man.
Roy Oswalt is on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies, yet another ace. Will they get those half dozen mistakes, and will they cash in? Don Baylor, the hitting coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks, will join us, help break it down, as Mark McClune will help us tackle that subject. to you by Gila River Casinos. Play slots with your Players Club card at any Gila River Casino. Win $2,000 to $20,000 instantly. Jack in the Box. Get the new bourbon barbecued steak grilled sandwich at participating restaurants. Perfect music for that. Southwest Airlines, new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, no blackout dates.
And thanks for letting us take you out to the ball game tonight on Fox Sports Arizona. It's the Diamondbacks and the Phillies. Game 2 of the series. The Diamondbacks coming off a win last night over Cliff Lee and the Phillies, a win that Kirk Gibson called very uncharacteristic as the Diamondbacks put up 4 runs on Lee. Tonight, the road doesn't get any easier, taking on Roy Oswalt, who's 3-0 with a 1.88 ERA. We had a chance to catch up with Diamondbacks hitting coach Don Baylor and get a scouting report. It's our Geico quote of the game.
He's changed over the years because he's pitched a lot. Now he's sinking the fastball a little bit more. But he tries to keep it knee high, thigh high, keeps the fastball maybe on the outside part of the play. He will throw you a curveball. But he's also, too, is one of the starting guys I've liked for a long time because, he doesn't mess around. He gets the ball and he just comes right at you.
So it's Oswalt for the Phillies. Daniel Hudson takes him out for the Arizona Diamondbacks, trying to overcome some of those first inning challenges and pick up his first win on the season. Diamondbacks Phillies next on Fox Sports Arizona.
To go to work for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he hopes that he's ready to go to work early. Charlie Manuel, the skipper of these Philadelphia Phillies, is getting no offense at all the last 2 weeks, and I mean none. These are the hitters that will get it going: Victorino, Polanco, and Rollins. The reason the first inning is essential for both of these clubs is because Daniel Hudson, the Arizona Ford dealership numbers in the first inning, those are real numbers. He has struggled mightily in the first. A ton of runs. You can see the opponent's batting average, on base percentage. The rest of the ball game virtually unscathed. So struggles in the first inning for a pitcher last year that was unhittable the entire game.
Yeah, in 4 starts, 9 runs in the first inning. That's just unheard of. Had never in his career given up more than 1 run in the first inning. Let's see if he's been able to put those woes behind him. He needs to.
There are so many ways to attack it. As we welcome you to Phoenix and play baseball. Pitch sails up and out of the zone. Glad to have you with us tonight. Mark and I, along with Mark McClune, thank you for inviting us into your home. Diamondbacks on the right arm of Ian Kennedy shut out the Phillies last night. There's Ian. Brand new dad, he and his lovely wife, and did a great job. First complete game shutout in the major leagues.
Whoa, look out on deck.
And then in the seats.
Placido Polanco had to dive out of the way of that flying bat, and did the folks behind Placido Polanco. Shane? It's another reminder when you come to the game, folks. We are so happy to have you here, but please pay attention at all times for flying bats, flying foul balls. Fortunately, everybody's okay.
It's a great reminder because this is such a social sport, more than any other sport. Coming to the ballpark and sitting and chatting and catching up. When there's an action play, meaning a pitch, you got to check it out. There's an action play into center field. Young won't get there. And right away, back against the wall for Hudson. He's not backing up third as the throw goes in, and it gets by. Fortunately, it kicks to him. He was not in the right spot, and he got lucky there. I think stunned that, again, there are struggles out of the gates.
Now, it looked like Chris Young just must have misjudged this. The ball's hit very hard with 2 strikes. Looked like he had a beat, and then just got beat on the fly. Looked like he ran to the wrong spot, which is very rare for Chris Young. He usually makes that catch. And as you said, once it got by, fortunately, there was Hudson kind of backing up, but it went right to him.
He kind of had to kick himself. I think he was frustrated with it, and by the time he got over there, it hit the base runner sliding. Otherwise, that's got a chance of being 4 bases. Bouncing ball under the glove of Roberts into left field. 1-0 Philadelphia.
And the first inning doesn't take long to come out and bite Daniel Hudson. If you ask me, 2 miscues defensively. Ball just stays underneath the glove of Ryan Roberts, much to his chagrin. Not a real good start after such a great ball game here last night. And they gave that a hit.
What?
Which means I'll have what the official score is having. That's terrible.
Well,
I put down E5 in my book, and I'm not changing it.
I already have as well. All you have to do is ask Ryan Roberts. That'll be the best way to do it. Should I have made that play? Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count on All-Star Jimmy Rollins. And I'll bet you dollars to donuts, folks, all day long. Roberts would look you right in the eye and said, of course I should have made the play.
Well, that needs to be changed, and needs to be changed yesterday.
Slow start for Rollins as he takes a pitch up and out of the zone. Jimmy, a run-scoring machine, though. In the last decade of baseball, he has scored more than 1,000 runs. And in the National League, only Albert Pujols has scored more than he has. Last few years have been a challenge, though. Three and 1 the count as that one misses in. Just trying to clean things up here. Maybe get a ground ball, get a couple of quick outs against Rollins. Runner goes. High pop into left field. Parra comes on, makes the play for the out. So Rollins is the first out here in the first inning. Let's take a look at the Philadelphia Phillies starting lineup, brought to you by Lexus. We'll jump on down where Ryan Howard hits. Protecting him out of UCLA has been Francisco Ibanez, struggling mightily. Former Brave Pete Orr, Brian Schneider, former Expo and National, and Roy Oswalt. Charlie Manuel talking about possibly platooning the likes of Raul Ibanez. And as only Charlie can do with his southern charm and wit, as you see the huge shift defensively.
Hudson wants that inside corner. He's not getting it from the home plate umpire, Hunter Wendelstedt. And he's got to keep his composure out there, not get upset because he doesn't get a call. Just continue to pound away.
1-0 the count. Still looking for that big ground ball. That's a shot. Down the line it goes. Into the corner, banging against that wall. They're going to stop the runner at third. It is a double for Howard. And the Phillies, much like our open, Gracie, when you explained that when you get a brief opening, you've got to take advantage as a hitter, you don't give teams slight advantages like the Phillies. You don't help them.
That's exactly right. A couple of miscues that have gone for base hits. That's a fastball. Comes right back to the middle. Smashed right by. No chance there for Juan Miranda. Nice job by Justin Upton getting it in before Placido Polanco can score from first base. But boy, the first inning coming back to bite Daniel Hudson here again. Now for the 5th time.
And here is Ben Francisco. And again, this is a Philly club that has been starving for runs. Now they've been winning while they've been doing it, but starving for offense, as that one is over the inside corner. Out of Servite, a good sports athletic school in Southern California, Francisco takes outside. Went to Cypress Junior College, another good sports and athletic school, then to UCLA. Boy, that tells a big story, doesn't it?
Doesn't make much sense with a really good offense. Good change up there from Hudson. Well, one strike away from that much needed strikeout here with second and third and only one out. If he can find a way to get out of this with just one run, what a moral victory that would be. I know he's not into moral victories.
Right-hander out of Old Dominion, school that produced names such as Justin Verlander, big leaguer Wayne Gomes. The 1-2. Got it.
Yes.
There's that swing and miss we got used to last year.
Nice call there from Miguel Montero. You saw Miguel put the one down, and I want it upstairs, and he got it right by Ben Francisco for the much needed strikeout.
Well, you make a very valid point. Now start walking in Hudson's shoes if you're at home and imagine the psyche if you get out of this with just one.
Absolutely. You'd feel great about yourself walking off the field instead of terrible.
Raul Ibanez is 0 for his last 21, and he takes strike one.
96. That might be those angry fastballs.
He can get a swing and a miss with the best of them. Missing bats last year if he would have qualified amongst the elite in the game. And Gracie, he pitches with a fastball that jumped from that unique arm angle and a good changeup mainly, correct?
Yeah, and just an occasional slider that we haven't seen yet here this evening. But he worked on it a lot this spring. It's gotten better.
Fastball belted left field. Going back is Parr. To the track, to the wall. He's got room.
Pretty nice job there by Daniel Hudson getting out of that with only one run.
fortunate that it's only 1-0. Work that they know they can at least try and fight their way through against Roy Oswalt. Diamondbacks starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Stephen Drew at cleanup, deservedly so this year. Miguel Montero, Ryan Roberts with a big miscue, would love to atone. Juan Miranda, Gerardo Parra. He's been hot. He homered last night. And Daniel Hudson. Right-hander, Mississippi born and raised. Ware, Mississippi. W-E-I-R. Ware, Mississippi, Roy Oswalt. And it has always been a pleasure to watch him work in the big leagues. Our Lincoln pitching report. He's been good again this year. And he's doing a little bit more of that, according to Don Baylor. A few more two-seamers than we're
moving
used
his
to.
fastball around a little bit with some movement. He used to have just the pretty straight four-seam fastball. Not anymore.
Young pops it up and over our head. Oh, Gracie, good effort there.
Yeah, right over the top of us.
You almost had that one. All those gold gloves, I never doubt your chances. 0-2 the count. See how I butter him up, folks? He'll pitch in. He'll slow it down with a big curveball. There's a changeup. It's pop foul. That's another pitch. Just in talking with Phillies folks, he's using his changeup about twice as much as he used to.
He's got a very good one. And that's something he's just figured out the last couple of years, that he's got a good changeup. Used to be in his back pocket a lot. There's another one. That's trouble.
He got it. Long run, hauling it in. Pete Orr, former Atlanta Brave and Washington National. He gets to start today at second base as they're trying to find anything offensively. Ibanez, Victorino, Francisco. Infield, Blanco, Jimmy Rollins, Orr, and Ryan Howard. Ryan Schneider behind home plate. Ruiz will start in tomorrow's game. He's hammered the Diamondbacks, but overall struggling. Kelly takes strike one. But Oswalt's 33 years old. Buries that fastball in.
Doesn't throw near as hard as he used to. Used to be up there in the 96, 97 range. Now he's cooled it off to the low 90s.
Slow breaking ball on a backhand. Rollins in time. That's the other trademark pitch, is that slow curveball. By the way, since he was sent in the deal that moved him from Houston last year, look at what he's done and look at where he ranks. Sub-2 ERA. Opponents don't do anything. He wins every time out. It's unbelievable.
Now he's got a new lease on his career. He was really starting to get fed up with things down in Houston, the way things were going. A poor team for the last handful of years.
Change up over the inside area. 1-0 the count to Justin Upton.
And I think also he's thriving on not being the guy, the main guy, the ace. He can just be one of four real good ones.
A little number on a changeup. Oswalt to take a look at it. It's foul. And the moment it crossed that line, you see him knock it. Schneider with a smile, and they'll do it again. Nice play.
That's really a smart play, a veteran play right there. Let's see just how far this ball goes foul. Yeah, it sure did. Good call. Get out of here.
Well, it looked clean on one angle. Hard to tell on the other angle. Here's Upton again. 1-1 the count on Justin. Has always hit Philly pitching. That one in and off the plate. Phillies will fly out after tomorrow's ball game, as it's a daytime game. 12:40. Was loving that changeup. I haven't seen him throw this many, even though we're told he does. He's throwing a bunch of them. 2-2 the count. Justin Upton, 4 homers, 11 RBIs, and a solid career, as we mentioned, against the Philadelphia Phillies. Pitch is outside. The lone hit he has had in his career against the man on the mound went over the wall. He is homered in his only hit against him in 6 tries.
Change up.
Popped it up. Howard, Schneider get together. Bryan is there to put it away. Oh, Roy, you crafty veteran, you. Reinventing himself. Out to a 1-0 lead. FoxSportsArizona.com. Great website. Your home for exclusive coverage of the Diamondbacks. Plus, ASU baseball streaming live this weekend. The number 9 ranked Sun Devils take on Stanford. Well, that's great. You can watch that online Friday at 6:30. FoxSportsArizona.com. Coach Esme and his bunch. Best of luck this weekend against the Cardinal. Fastball high and away to Pete Orr. With Bobby Cox and the Braves in 05 through 07. As he squares the bunt, takes a changeup, maybe inspired from Oswalt. Hudson drops that one low. 2-0 the count. First innings. That one is over the inside corner. You were telling me, and you were naming some big names. You were dropping some names of some guys that.
Well, I am kind of a name dropper.
You knew there were strugglers in the first inning. That one is popped up. Quickly take a look at the Diamondbacks defense. David Robleski and associates. Parra, Young, Upton. Roberts, Drew, Johnson, Miranda. And Miguel Montero. So who do you recollect as Ryan Roberts had a tough
of the great ones that had a reputation of being slow starters? Tom Glavine comes to mind. He was a guy that if you didn't get him in the first inning, you didn't get him.
0-1 the count. Tom Glavine. Ryan Schneider, that open stance, loaded back leg, good changeup, but it's called low. 1-1 the count. First
He's not a
pitcher.
slow starter.
There are ways to remedy it. There is no one way, though. You can't just have a doc write you a prescription, a pitching doctor, and suddenly it's fixed. And Doc Holliday might be one guy that could prescribe something for you.
Exactly.
Do you warm up a little longer? Do you, as you suggested before the game, simulate the first inning in the pen?
Have a couple of guys stand in, left-handed, right-handed. Good pitch there. Right back to the inside corner. A comebacker, if you will. Kind of reminded me of the old Brandon Webb comebacker.
Well, that is a lot of sink.
Watch this thing at 93 miles an hour come right back to the inside corner. That's just a gorgeous pitch from Hudson. And a good call there by Hunter Wendelstedt, much to the chagrin of Brian Schneider.
Pitch is low to Roy Oswalt. 1-0 the count. Roy 1 of 9 this year with a walk, only 2 strikeouts. And in his career, he hit his lone homer back in 2006. 1-1 the count. But you're right, you can have one of your teammates down there and one of your relief pitchers, a hitter, a pinch hitter, come down to the bullpen, stand up over the plate, have your bullpen catcher or bring your game catcher down and have him call the first three hitters.
If Daniel wants, I'll stand in down there for him if he wants. Well, I probably can't. It's probably a bad idea.
Good pitch, 2-2 the count.
You can stand in for Daniel Hudson, Darren, while you're catching tomahawks from Josh Coleman.
I don't think I'd do that, though, Gracie.
I just think it'd be the right thing to do.
Care about these guys. We cover them starting in spring training. And we see them all throughout the year. Naturally, you pull for them because you're with them so much. Bouncing ball. But as much as I care about them, there's no way in heck I'm catching anybody throwing a tomahawk at them.
Come on, Darren. Where's your sense of sportsmanship?
Not that big of a team player. .153 wins, just 83 losses in the career of Roy Oswalt. An ERA just over 3 as he fires a fastball. Misses away, 1-0 the count. Can't ever remember seeing him throw so many changeups in an inning.
Like that one.
1-1.
It looks like a really good one. But you're right.
He throws it this year, Gracie, about a quarter of the time.
Yeah.
Stephen Drew on a line out to Rollins. That was another change. It's easy, I think, to either cross over, reinvent yourself when you have greats to talk pitching with. You talk about the best seasons these pitchers have ever had with regard to wins. But if you're Oswalt, you can talk to Hamels, you can talk to Lee, and vice versa. That, to me, is invaluable as well.
I don't think there's any question. Something he didn't have in Houston. He was the man. Once Roger Clemens left, he was left to carry the mail, if you will.
Which Phillies pitcher will win the most games this season? 3-6-9-2-9. As that one paints the outside. Cliff Lee, Roy Oswalt, Cole Hamels, Roy Halladay.
Well, it's tough to go against Roy Halladay, isn't it?
It is tough to go against Roy Halladay. That one misses away. 2-1 the count.
There's Cliff Lee, last night's victim of Ian Kennedy.
Miguel Montero out in front of a changeup. Well, he managed to spoil a good changeup. And you know what? Miguel needed that. Miguel, since being penciled into the 8th spot in the lineup in Cincinnati, is 1 for his last 18. Now, he moved around in the order, but just 1 of his last 18.
Well, that day off to give him his legs a little fresh. Well, his legs are fresh, but his bat went south. That's why Miguel Montero was always, man, I'm fine.
Here's Ryan Roberts to the right side. Come on down, play is made. He draws a throw. Francisco does come on down, and he makes the play. Every time a Diamondback knocks one out of here, it's a good thing. It's called a Fulton Homes Homer. $150 is donated to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. We love our partnership with Fulton Homes. When you get to the ballpark as a fan of this team or someone who covers them, you go Abbott and Costello right away. Who's on first, you ask? And tonight?
It's somebody different about every night.
It's Juan Miranda. And it's an interesting study. And there isn't a true platoon. In other words, as that one misses in, Nady does not play every time that there's a left-hander on the mound.
It's just whoever Gibby feels like is the best matchup that night. Tonight he feels like Juan Miranda is.
And you have Miranda and Brandon are both left-handed hitters. Big RBI last night for Nady. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. There's a bit of a conversation that goes around the fact that Brandon throughout his career has handled pitchers that sink the ball pretty well. The high fastball's given him problems. So you may see him a little bit more in those situations. Miranda, the other, handling a fastball. 1-2 the count. So far, here's what you have. Now the playing time pretty close to dead even between Miranda and Brandon, with Nady maybe a step behind. But they've all played. And those are the numbers so far for who is on first. You see the average.
Nobody really running off with the job.
Not at all. So each day those decisions are made, and the guys find out. Sometimes they find out the day before. Miranda came over this winter from the New York Yankees in a deal. He was playing behind Mark Teixeira in the organization. Kirk Gibson about a week and a half ago was quoted as saying he hoped to get Miranda the lion's share of the playing time, and I don't think he just has seen it fit to do so. Pitch sails out and away. The Cuban native has run the count full, 3-2. We do know this about Miranda. When he does get going right, his sense of the strike zone is good. He'll reach.
No. Miguel Montero on first base will get a running start. Any ball in the gap will tie this game up as Gerardo Parra waits on deck.
That's outside, ball 4.
Missed with a changeup there on 3-2 badly.
Gracie, is it tough when you're one of those three guys to find a rhythm?
Yes. Yes.
So it's tough to, in essence, then run away with the job, as you said.
100% true. And when you're playing twice a week and one guy's playing 3 times a week, yeah, it's definitely difficult. I think Gibby's just waiting for one guy to have a big game or two, and that'll be your first baseman.
Pitches away. And by the way, the concept, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, the concept of walks by any Philly starting pitcher, pretty rare. Pretty rare. I mean, the walk there to Miranda. Just a quick mention of that. But I did interrupt you, sir.
It's quite all right. I was just very fortunate when I was a young first baseman to have Don Zimmer. He's like, kid, you're my first baseman. Until you show me you're not my first baseman. So I was very fortunate to have a guy like Don Zimmer that didn't believe in the whole platoon thing. You're going to face the lefties, you're going to face the righties. And if they throw an octopus out there, you're going to face him.
So that would be a game in Detroit then, with an octopus being thrown.
A hockey game perhaps, yes.
Bouncing ball into the hole into right field. Gerardo Parra went to work on 2-0 with a changeup to throw to the plate. Not in time. Montero slides around Schneider, who for a moment looked like he was going to try to block up the plate. Arizona's tied this ball game up. Boy, Bard is red hot. And went right on to second base, aggressively running the bases. Gerardo Parra in his last 6 games has 9 hits. And this is where you wondered, where you were watching the arm of Francisco. That one is away. Parra drives in his 5th run of the year.
And the 2-out walk comes back to haunt even a great one in Roy Oswalt.
A lot of changeups, and Diamondbacks starting to look for him.
Now he falls behind Hudson. Montero, not a very good runner, but you see he makes a good slide around the block of Brian Schneider. And that back foot just catches the plate. We got a brand new ball game.
Big swing.
Well, he had a good pitch to hit, and he took a good pass at it.
He's
Just
an
fouled it
athlete.
back.
He can hit a little bit, too.
Can he now?
That's this year. In his career, he's 7 of 33. There's your swing.
I mean, that is center cut. He took a good, healthy rip at it. Fouled it straight back.
Drives that one to right field. Francisco's on the move. It's over his head. 2-run score. Hudson helps himself. Arizona 3, Philadelphia 1.
We had a great rip at the 2-0 fastball. He fouled it straight back. Oswalt came back with the same pitch in the same spot. He didn't miss it that time. He belts it over the head of Ben Francisco and helps himself with a big 2-run double with 2 outs. These 2-out RBIs are just murder on an opponent. Yeah, if you're having trouble in the first inning, take it out on the other guy.
And he has had to help himself drive in runs. Literally. In on the knuckles. Is that a Texas leaguer? It is not. Or with a fine play, but a big bounce back inning for these Arizona Diamondbacks. Hudson picks himself up. They started keying on the changeups of Oswalt. Life out at the pool. By the way, telecasting on Cinco de Mayo from the pool. Gracie and I will be out there calling the game. Don't forget the 10th inning. It's tomorrow at high noon, I am told. The newest episode. Barry Enright hits the links with Jody Jackson. Get to know Ted Barrett, Major League umpire, and a special tribute to a D-backs fan. One that you will really look forward to hearing. It's the 10th inning. It's tomorrow at noon. High noon, I am told.
Oh, my.
I love that.
Mil Mascaras with the cheese head. Nacho Libre. Yeah, get you some suds there, Nacho Libre. That's big league right there. Just come to the ballpark and just get all fancied up. That is big league.
Those are people that care.
Yeah.
Quite sure about what, but I like it.
Cheesesteaks and the Phillies.
Well, I like it because that almost directly ties into the 10th inning.
Well, how?
I don't know.
Well, give you time, you'll think of something.
0-1 the count. I'm told that's maybe one of the people on the staff of the 10th inning under that mask. That's
really?
why, yeah, I just was told that.
Incognito.
1-1 the count. On a line. Boy, what a pretty piece of hitting. Shane Victorino has tripled. He has singled. He was 0 for 4 last night.
Just a change up that stays up. He just swats it right back up the middle. That is very nicely done by the Flying Hawaiian, Shane Victorino. That's a big league nickname.
Hawaiian born and raised. He's a little bit ornery today, by the way, in that locker room.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What's the matter with Victorino?
He was just stirring it up a little bit with our good friend Sarge, Gary Matthews.
Was he?
Placido Polanco. 1-0 the count. By the way, 3 baggers. We know Stephen Drew is a triples machine. And you can certainly grab shots of baseballs hitting walls around ballparks with both Drew and Victorino. They're 1 and 2 in triples over the last 3+ seasons. And that certainly includes tonight with Victorino tripling. What do you folks at home think about the triple? Do you love it?
I love it. I think it's a very exciting part of the game.
There are certain triples to me that are far more exciting than homers.
I would have loved to have hit more of them.
You had a few, didn't you, in your day?
A few.
And there you have it. We have become accustomed to Stephen Drew doing it, and it's been fun to watch. Two 2-0 the count. Be careful here. Over the outside, 2-1, taken all the way. 3 runs, by the way, allowed by Roy Oswalt. That's the most he has led up in his last 9 starts.
And there's still a lot of contests left.
Outfield playing the other way for Polanco. On the ground, Drew. Does he recover in time? He did, at least to step on the bag and get 1. Right there around the bag. And the runner was on the move as well.
And that's the only thing that kept that from being a base hit. You see Victorino run. Now Drew has to cover. He bobbles, but he corrals it just in time. Takes a bump from Shane Victorino. He's got football in his past. Growing up in Hawaii, he was a very good high school tailback. And he just put a little leading block.
Into right field. Upton will play it on a hop. And shoot it right into the cutoff man, keeping runners at first and second. So Rollins, who had struggled 5 of his last 36, picks up a hit here. By the way, just a quick note, I know bit of a high crunch situation, so I'll quickly pass this along. You had 45 triples in your career.
45 in my career?
It's a nice number.
Flying around those bases, wasn't I? Kind of like my racing legend. Just flying.
It's not really the same at all. Here's Ryan Howard.
Yeah, he stinks.
Howard double in the first. Now crunch time in this ball game again. 42 pitches for the right-hander. There was an opportunity last night to pitch around Howard. Ian Kennedy went right after him with the base open. Surprised you, I know.
Well, the way Kennedy was throwing last night, I think he could have gotten Mantle, Maris, Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, all the above. Now danger time here for Daniel Hudson with a 2-0 count to the former MVP and havoc wreaker Ryan Howard.
3-0 the count, a changeup to him. I mean, talk about knocking in runs since 2006. Number one. More homers than anyone, more RBIs than anyone.
I mean, Pujols not even close to it.
Golly. Bouncing ball. They had a big shift on, so he finds the hole. All the way to third goes Rollins. Good to see him on the move if you're a Phillies fan. And Ryan Howard with his second hit. The RBI machine has 20 runs batted in this year.
Yeah, it's frustrating for Daniel Hudson. You get a rollover ground ball on 3-0, but there you see the defense, and he finds a way to just right through the defense. And Daniel Hudson gives up a frustrating base hit, but now he's got work to do to keep the lead. He got a big strikeout of Francisco in the first with second and third. Nobody, or one out. He needs another one here.
Slider. He threw him a slider and it's popped up.
Well, that's just as good.
Wow. How about going to the well and pulling that pitch out? That tells you he's got a lot more confidence this year in that pitch.
Well, it's not necessarily a great one. It just kind of spins right in the middle, but it's just something different. And Ben Francisco, his eyes lit up and his back shoulder dipped, and he just popped it straight up. So a huge out there for Hudson.
By no means was it a quality pitch. We've talked about those hovercraft cement mixer sliders that can be as effective.
But it was just enough to get him out front and pop it up and get a huge second out. Nice pitch there to the inside corner to jump ahead of Ibanez.
The Phillies' first four hitters have 6 hits in this game already. If he can get Ibanez here, it'd be an 0 for 4 from the guys right behind him in the 5 and the 6 slot.
Right there it is again. Didn't get the call this time from Hunter Wendelstedt. Hudson like, golly, you just called that a strike.
Now, Ibanez is 0 for his last 22 and really squared a ball up in the first inning.
Right to the base of the left field wall.
Boy, he beat him with a fastball. Is there room for Roberts? Over to the wall. Got it! He held on! Wow, what a play by Roberts. That rail knocked the wind out of him. He stuck with it as he fell towards the ground. He held on to that ball. Fabulous play by Roberts ends the inning. We'll show them to you. A couple of angles here in a bit. First 0-1 the count to Kelly Johnson.
And how many times do you make a great play to end an inning and save a possible big inning that somebody else leads off the next inning?
Well, it almost always happens. 1-1 the count. 2-1 the count.
Kind of uncharacteristic. Been a lot of 2-0 counts out of Oswalt, especially last inning. Now another one here to Kelly Johnson.
Kelly out front to the corner. That ball goes. It hugs the line. It's a foul ball.
2-0 changeup.
A lot of changeups. Let's take a look at this play. Our Chaz Roberts air conditioning. Cool play.
He makes the play and then gets a face full of gate. Bam. What a super play. He's just playing so well.
Kelly again into right field. That's a base hit. Pulled his hands in at 91 miles an hour. Johnson, who grounded out to short in the first inning, has a single, and he is on. Oswalt went 1-2-3 in the first inning. And more than a third of his pitches were changeups.
He's still throwing plenty of them.
The use of that slow curveball is way down. We've seen one in this game, and overall this season, not using it as much.
Wonder why that is, because it's been a very good weapon for him over the years, especially with 2 strikes. It's kind of been his, if he doesn't get you with the blazing fastball, it's been a swing and miss curveball, because it's about 25 miles an hour off the fastball. I mean, it's in the mid-60s after a mid-90s or low 90s fastball.
Huge jump, throw down by Schneider, stolen base, Diamondbacks, and Kelly Johnson.
Throw the wins and losses out of it so far, Darren. 3 games under 500. It's just been a much more fun brand of baseball to watch. Last year's team, if they didn't hit 3-run homers, they didn't win. This year's team, a lot more aggressive on the base paths. Just makes for better stuff. Now another 3-0 count. That guy could steal him, couldn't he?
Oh, you bet he could steal him. He kept the head spinning. He'll be 44 years old this month. In his career, 465 stolen bases for Eric Young. Upton protects.
Well, yes, Upton protects.
That's right. I just looked
It's
up. It was on a 3-0 count.
That's not a swing you want 3-0. And I'm glad you said that. You didn't even realize
that it was 3-0.
It was 3-0, especially with that swing. You don't want that kind of a swing 3-0. You want Justin Upton to try to hit it to East Mesa.
You could tell by his reaction he was frustrated. Broke his bat. Fastball runs in. In time for the out. Play made over there by Placido Polanco.
Oh, a productive out nonetheless. Yeah, it's going to be frustrating that he didn't do more with the 3-0 pitch. But at the end of the at-bat, the job is done. He got Kelly Johnson to third base to set up Stephen Drew. I don't think he's really happy about it either. I don't blame him. That's called getting yourself out there. There's a slow curveball for a strike. Good pitch.
Drops it in there. Get me over to Stephen Drew. 0-1 the count. Drew line to short. The bull is still roaming around the pen. In on his hands. It's a line drive into center field. And it's an RBI. Drew pushing the envelope on the base paths. Making him hurry it back in. Good to see. RBI for the cleanup hitter, Drew. 15 runs batted in this year. It's 4-2. 4 runs again against the Philly starting pitcher.
And the stolen base. How big is that? Just a good job of pulling his hands in and just ripping it out into center field. He wants it away, does Brian Schneider, but the pitch goes inside. When you miss your spot, you pay, especially against Stephen Drew. It's 15 RBIs now for him. He's having a great April.
Miguel pops that one up, and that's a foul ball. Almost 2/3 of the way and climbing to tacos. Anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with their large drink purchase from 4 to 6 the following day.
I like those carne asada ones. I'm going to get those tomorrow if they get to 6.
Right.
Those are big league.
Well, you'll be paying for those then, and they're worth it. They're good. But those, just the tacos, regular tacos. I'm told on the down low, that ask your participating location if you can have soft tacos, if that's what you prefer. Some have been offering them.
Or those wonderful carne asada ones. Maybe they'll
those
hook
are
you up there.
That's more of a premium taco.
Oh, yes, they are.
Well, it's
They're
like
big league.
when you go to rent an economy car, you can't just walk in and say, thank you, I'll take the keys to the Bentley.
I really think that's a terrible comparison, but nonetheless, I get your drift. Oswalt comes to the belt.
On the ground, snagged by Rollins. A fine play. And again, for the second time in the last 10 minutes of shortstops, Johnny on the spot because a runner is running. It happened to Drew, now it happens to Rollins.
And you end up losing a base hit if you're Montero because the shortstop cover. Just a great play by Jimmy Rollins, a Gold Glover. But another productive out and an opportunity now for Ryan Roberts. How many times do you make a great play to end an inning and you end up hitting 5th?
Never really heard that brought up. So he takes a pitch over the inside corner. 0-1 the count. We'll have to ask him after the ball game. Outfield straight up, infield plays on the spot. That changeup has popped up. Bounces around, and it'll be a souvenir here in a few minutes. Skipper Charlie Manuel came to the ballpark today for these Philadelphia Phillies at 10:30 in the morning.
What?
He got to the yard at 10:30 in the morning here today.
What was he doing?
He said, and I quote the fine manager, I wanted to come and get a workout in, as that one is up and in, gets away from Schneider. So a runner moves to third. Imagine that'll be a wild pitch. We'll see.
I'm sure it is. That's a changeup that just got away. And Stephen Drew just continues to move up 90 feet.
But Manuel saying that he came in early, wanted to, before lunchtime, get in a little bit of exercise there. They have the facilities, and he said, honestly, I wanted to go exercise where I didn't have to look at anybody. Into right field on a breaking ball. What a beautiful piece of hitting by Roberts. RBI number 14 for Ryan Roberts.
Just continues to shine here in the month of April. Diamondbacks putting a licking on a guy that hadn't been licked very often at all this season. I mean, he has dominated. Oswalt, golly. These guys came to hit. Big difference so far in this ball game, folks, is Oswalt has really struggled to put the Diamondbacks away with 2 outs, whereas Daniel Hudson has kept the damage to a minimum in the 2 innings that he's given up runs.
And how many times do you see it, folks? A guy makes a great play in front of the suite down there by the dugout, and later on bats 5th in an inning, picks on a hanging breaking ball and drives in a run.
Well, I mean, you see it nearly every game.
Popped up. Long run at Banez. Into foul territory.
Oh, you're good, Darren Sutton.
Can't take credit for that one. The Diamondbacks rolling up 3. Major League Baseball All-Star memory. You go back to 1993. Randy Johnson coming up and in. Orioles Stadium at Camden Yards. Breaking ball down in a way that'll do it. The smile, and the smile from the big fella as well. Didn't let you see that side of himself too often. A fun all-star memory.
Yeah, I was 2 batters later. Couldn't wait to get in the box off Randy.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You know what I noticed in that video?
Had John Kruk all in my mind, too, when I stepped up there against the big unit.
Oh, my goodness. Well, what was your experience like?
I hit a one-hopper back to Randy. Pitcher to first base. Out.
Daniel Hudson. Up and in to Orr.
I was in 3 All-Star games, folks. And I never got a hit.
You went All-Star 3 times, though. That's all that matters.
I'm hitting 0 in All-Star games.
Well,
but I can give you 4 good reasons. I was 0 for 4 in All-Star games. I can give you 4 good reasons.
Let's hear them.
Randy Johnson, Mark Langston, Jimmy Key,
Whoa.
Mariano Rivera.
Whoa.
Thanks for coming. Drive home safely.
Wow.
3 nasty lefties and maybe the greatest closer of all time. Well, I don't think there's any doubt he is the greatest closer of all time, Mariano Rivera. A lot of people say Goose Gossage or Bruce Sutter, Raleigh Fingers, Trevor Hoffman. Hopefully somebody will be saying Lee Smith in the Hall of Fame one of these days.
Well, you hope, as that one is fouled off and into the seats. What year was that Mariano Rivera matchup?
That was in Cleveland in 1997.
So you had another chance to face him in
the World Series,
a non-regular season game.
In 01.
Okay.
Yes.
The 2-2. In on the hands. It's popped up a mile high. Miranda and Kelly Johnson get together. Hard hitting makes the play. This is the All-Star Tuesday theme. We continue with our trivia question.
All right, what do we got today?
Who was the only Philly to win an All-Star MVP award? Who was the only Philly?
Well, there's been so many. What's your guess?
You mean there's been so many Phillies?
Yeah.
Of all time?
In All-Star games.
Well, I'm going to go with Lenny Dykstra. The 1-0.
It's not a bad guess. Certainly a terrific Philly. I'm going to go with Pete Incaviglia.
Wow. Inky Dinky Dog. 2-1 the count. Ran that fastball in. It's a good question, though. I'm starting to have the phone light up. Some notes coming in from some guys.
Yeah, I would imagine we'll hear from the ambassador, Luis Gonzalez, here shortly.
He loves to guess.
What a good fastball right to the inside corner.
Two and two the count. Does he throw him that change up here? Does Schneider see it? Nope, went right back to the fastball.
He's got him cheating on the fastball. Now, if we can possibly get a replay of that pitch, you can see Brian Schneider, the front foot just opens wide open, and he's cheating, trying to get to that fastball. Now might be the time for the changeup. Let's see if they go with it. Well, they went right back inside with the fastball and just missed.
That's a pretty good pitch right there as well.
You can see Hudson not happy.
The 3-2 pitch. High fly ball into left center field. Young tracking. He got it! Chris Young hauls it in for the second out. A long, long way from home plate.
Well, he had to go a long ways, as you said, into the left center field gap. That's the biggest part of the park out there. Right in front of those nice folks out there. In front of the Geico sign. Nice play there by Chris Young. We've got a pinch hitter for Roy Oswalt.
Wow.
He has had a very short day, one of the shortest ones of his career, I would imagine, folks. Well, let's find out the pitch count. And now let's hope Roy Oswalt's okay.
I would agree with that.
Because baseball's a better game with pitchers like Roy Oswalt.
Over the inside, it misses to Michael Martinez. Rule 5 selection. Added to the opening day roster, Kyle Kendrick goes to work. We have some serious business with pinch hitters and the sorts, but I have had some guesses on our trivia question.
What Gonzo have to say?
From some Diamondback greats. Look out over there.
We almost got Juan Samuel, the third base coach, and a bunch of nice folks down there past the camera well.
By the way, quickly, Oswalt, 3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts, 57 pitches. And that does concern you.
Yeah, very much so. Well, he's been here since 10:30 to think about things.
Yeah, he has. Did you like the reason? I know a hit occurred when I told you the reason. He said, I came here to exercise where I didn't have to look at anybody.
Yeah, he's not happy. That's all right. Every once in a while when you're in first place, you're allowed to be grumpy. Pete McCannon, one of my favorite all-time managers, right next to him, his bench coach. Good pitch there.
Come on, Michael.
Two and two the count. Outside corner, that's strike 3. Martinez unhappy with the call.
But he'll be just fine.
Amen to that. And in the second inning, Roy Oswalt ended up being chased from this game after a pinch hitter came and got him. Parr with an RBI. Hudson with the double, plating 2. At that point, the runs started to stack up, and it was 3-0. Kyle Kendrick goes to work. Our Verizon call to the bullpen. Now, for this Phillies bullpen over the last 6 games, they have not allowed an earned run.
Pretty good.
Not allowed an earned run. Starting rotations at a 1.90, the bullpen has not allowed an earned run, but that has changed with the Phillies in this ballpark. 14 1/3 overall innings for the Phillies bullpen of zeros. And here is Gerardo Parra. Oswalt had allowed 5 earned runs in his first 4 starts.
Golly. Once again, you just hope he's okay. A couple of starts ago, he came out with tightness in his back.
He did do that a little bit later on in the.
But then came back and threw a beautiful game in San Diego.
Yep.
Giving up just 1 hit. Good change up there from Kendrick.
One and 2 the count. This is a bullpen that's hovering in a very special spot, overall ERA. And it's one thing to have a sub-4 ERA, another thing to have a sub-3 ERA as a bullpen. When you're talking about a bullpen like this bunch, they're closer to the 2s, the low 2s. That one sails up and out of there. There you have it.
Those Marlins just keep playing great baseball. They beat the Dodgers again.
Parra out front, pops it up. Oh, it's a good day when those Dodgers lose.
You got that right. Did we get some guesses for this for a trivia? Like maybe Mike Schmidt?
No, I did get one guess. I didn't have a chance to pass along. We had a lot of business to take care of. Gonzo did drop me a text. Yeah, he wanted to guess Al Pardo.
Ooh.
Rolled out to the shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. In time.
I would imagine it's probably not going to be Al Pardo, Gonzo. What a terrible guess. Man, are you kidding me? Who is that? Folks, we apologize for that.
Holy.
That will go down as the worst trivia question ever.
And with all due respect to Mr. Callis, I mean, congratulations. I'm sure it was an incredible night at Shea.
Love to know somebody that actually knew that.
Swing and a miss at a slider down and away. 1-1 the count. Well, makes Al Pardo seem like a decent guess now, doesn't it?
Gonzo, I apologize. Oh, well, bueno.
The 1-1, it's fouled off. By the way, that gentleman finished second in the MVP voting that year, Johnny Callison. He is a 3-time All-Star. Finished his career in '73 with the Yankees.
And I should take it back. I'm 3-time All-Star. I should have heard of him.
Well, I have to admit, he's not a name I'm familiar with. You played against him if he was in the 60s.
Stop it.
Popped up and into the seats it goes.
Well, I was born in the year of our Lord, 1964. So maybe Johnny Callison was a little better than we thought. But it's still an awful question.
The 1-2. Little bouncer out to third. Plays it off to his side. Young hustling down the line. Made it a close play. Kendrick restores order. 5-2. appreciating it, emailing us, dropping in on our Twitter website, wanting to know what is Kachinko. Well, find out and learn how you can play right here at Chase Field, going to the interactive kiosk near Section 111 during regular season home games. I'm telling you, our partners with Gila River Casinos, they really are the mastermind behind it. Kids and I enjoyed playing it all winter long. We kept it at home in the garage, and it is so much fun. On the ground, Kelly Johnson, Shane Victorino is erased. And at some point here, before the All-Star game, we're excited about the All-Star game. We'll do a game from out there at the Kachinko site. One away.
Retiring Shane Victorino for the first time this evening on a one-pitch, one-out ground ball to second base. It's always a great start to keep the flying Hawaiian off base and make those big ornery guys in the middle of this Philly order hit with the bases empty. And it's really a terrible idea to do a game out at the Kachinko area. Great game, but not a good spot to do the game.
0-1 the count to Placido Polanco. Reached on an error, reached on a fielder's choice, but it wasn't called an error.
Good point. It's still in my book as an error. What about yours?
Still right there. He's 5.
I haven't changed mine either.
And he went on to make a great play. I mean, later in the ball game, a key play. He's driven in a key run. It's no shot at Ryan Roberts.
Of course not. It was just an error. Oh, good change up there to jump ahead 1-2. Went with the slider that time, just missed outside. Haven't seen many of those. That was a good slider there. Just didn't get the result he wanted, which would have been the swing and miss.
He got Francisco to pop up a slider in the third. My goodness. A changeup looked like it just died at the plate, like he had a string attached to the baseball. You were talking about Roberts and what you think is an error here.
What do you think, folks at home? What do you think, folks? And that reaction right there tells you he knows he made an error.
Here's the redemption.
This is a great play right here. That is just a fabulous play. Selling it out for the good of the team, the good of Daniel Hudson. Hudson looking very solid here in this inning.
Popped up, Stephen Drew racing, and he makes the play. Into left field, it dumps in there. It's a base hit for Rollins. No chance to haul that one in, Stephen Drew.
Just a good pitch in on the hands of Jimmy Rollins. He just fights it off, and Stephen Drew gives it his all, but there's nothing you can do about that. Now you got to face that beast of an RBI man, and that's Ryan Howard.
Two runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Phillies. 5 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Diamondbacks. And obviously Drew did not make the play on that ball.
Well, that's all right. We knew where you were going.
That's the great thing about television, is you saw right away he didn't make the play. Over the outside to Howard. And you look at different points in the ball game when they can change, and this is one of those at bats where you know you have a focused pitcher. Others watching the game might have laid down or let down and relaxed, but this game changes if he knocks one out of here. As that one is rolled foul.
Well, he jumps ahead 0-2, so now he can use all his weapons. He can use the fastball in, which we've seen tie up Ryan Howard in the past, and he can also use that changeup away. Let's see what they want. Looks like it's going to be the changeup. No. The high fastball, kind of almost a pitch out. I don't really know what that's going to accomplish.
Pitchers all gathered together. Zach Duke, by the way, in the middle of that shot. We haven't seen him work as a Diamondback. Very close.
I'd like to see Daniel Hudson just go right after Ryan Howard here, not worry about Jimmy Rollins.
And Howard loves it that he's splitting his attention.
Exactly. You get Ryan Howard out, trust me, Jimmy Rollins not scoring.
Rollins, by the way, this year, 4 stolen bases. Had that Texas leaguer to get on, to reach. High fly ball. He cheated. Tried to knock it out of here. And the play is made. What a special day it was today. The first All-Star ballots were cast. We'll talk more about that with Marlon Miller when we come back. Today, as we welcomed everyone into Chase Field representing Major League Baseball, some of the fine partners. Next year's host, the Kansas City Royals, were represented. They did a little homework. It was the All-Star Summer Kickoff Press Conference. The first All-Star ballots were cast. I understand.
What are you doing in that photo with all those big shots?
I have no idea.
Are you kidding me?
I just emceed it. That's all. I just emceed it. Marlon Miller is here, the Senior Vice President of Major League Baseball Special Events.
Thank you.
This is the kind of stuff I get from him. Excited for you guys. I mean, everyone traveled out, a strong contingency, a very well-organized event today, as that one is driven to center field. I guess just gauge the excitement level. Year after year, baseball does this so well, but we're more keen to it this year because it's in our home state. What are events like this when you guys come out? Is it fun for you in baseball?
Absolutely. Every city that we go to is unique and different, and we try to take advantage of where we are and dress it up and make it the best experience that we can for the fans and everyone that'll be here.
The one thing that was really emphasized today is it's, as every game like this, a tough ticket to go to the actual game. One thing that is really unique is the Fan Fest. Explain Fan Fest and what a great opportunity this is for the entire community of Phoenix.
Well, I think from our standpoint, we're going into our 21st year of the Fan Fest, and it's more of a touch and feel of our game. You could all take a piece of baseball with you if you can't get a ticket to the All-Star game itself. We have over 40 attractions. including the National Baseball Hall of Fame, the Negro Leagues, Steel Home Challenge. We have a lot of legends that come out and participate in clinics, so it's very family oriented. So there is something for everyone, and it only comes around when we host an all-star game.
And then the All-Star Sunday, the Futures game, the Legends softball game.
Yes, we have one of the legends. I know you're in. We got a big commitment here from Mark Grace.
I think I can still hit a softball.
Well, that's good. That's good. We'll see how well you do when we're out there for All-Star Sunday.
And that's the best young minor leaguers in the Futures game, correct?
Yes, it is. It's a number of the Major League players played with us in the Futures game. We launched the Futures game back in 1999 in Boston, and it's been a great success for us.
Home Run Derby.
Home Run Derby, a big favorite of all our fans. Everyone loves to come out and see the great hitters of our game and do their stuff. And one of your very own was a winner of our Home Run Derby.
Yeah, Luis Gonzalez, winner of a Home Run Derby. Now, there's something,
back
Gracie,
in Seattle, right,
that you might want to hear about. I don't know if you've heard about it yet. This year there's a dance-a-thon leading up to the All-Star game.
Well, if you could throw a softball, I'm sure you can dance for 9 hours also.
I stink.
We're trying
a terrible dancer.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think you have to try it.
Ties in with the hit show Glee, right?
Yes, we have a relationship with Glee. Their choreographer, Zach Woodley, is going to come out and he's going to create an all-star dance. And we'll have a lot of different surprises that go on through the 9 hours of the dance-a-thon. And the beneficiaries are the 3 major cancer charities, Susan G. Komen, prostate cancer, and Stand Up to Cancer.
Well, thank you, Marla. We're excited.
Thanks,
we really appreciate
here,
it.
Thank you for having me.
Major League Baseball's, that's enough out of you.
That's
Major League
okay.
Baseball's All-Star game in 2011. I just talked right over him.
Terrible.
Field. We are at the ballpark watching the youngsters. The Diamondbacks with their bats hit like those youngsters in the second inning. Gerardo Parra found the hole into right field, picked on a changeup, and then Hudson picked on a fastball, drove it over the head of Francisco. 3 runs scored in that inning. Then in the third inning, Stephen Drew muscled it up, and on a breaking ball, that one went into right field off the bat of Ryan Roberts. And just like that, the Arizona Diamondbacks have grabbed a 4, make it now 5-2 lead on top of the Philadelphia Phillies. I want to welcome all of you that are joining us this evening. Arizona playing a different brand of baseball than we witnessed in Citi Field, and this is the kind of play that Kirk Gibson hoped for. This is the kind of play that you fans deserve, the sort of play that will inspire fans to come out and see them play. You mentioned it earlier, Gracie. Even in games they've lost, in big picture, you have liked the way they've gone about their business, especially on the base paths.
Yeah, I love their aggressive nature. Last year, this was a team that sat back and waited for 3-run homers. Well, the results show they hit plenty of home runs, but they didn't win enough games. So obviously they had to change the style of play, as that one's hit right back up the box for a base hit. Tried to climb the ladder on him, just didn't get it high enough.
So Hudson frustrated with himself as he takes a walk around. Raul Ibanez scalded a ball to the wall in the first inning. It was caught in a key moment in this ball game because there were 2 runners on. They only got one, the Philadelphia Phillies. They had 3 base runners reach in the first. They earned 1 run in that inning.
That's exactly right.
Quest high-speed, internet high-speed pitch. Hudson, 97 miles an hour.
That's a lot. Oh, man, I don't know what that was, but it was nasty. Was that slider?
A slider.
Man, that is a thing of beauty there. Jump ahead 0-2.
No balls and 2 strikes. Ibanez, with that 0 for 2 today, is 0 of his last 23 and 4 for his last 42. He started slowly last year, hit 221 last April, and then hit the rest of the year. He's 1 year older this year, though.
That's very true.
Manuel is already being asked about Ibanez almost on a daily basis, and that's more the nature of the East Coast media.
Yeah, you're
Will
not allowed
he
to
play?
have like 2 bad games in a row back east without getting killed.
And they're wondering if he's playing tomorrow. They're simply asking. There is a left-hander on the mound in Joe Saunders. Are you going to play Mayberry tomorrow instead of Ibanez? Charlie not taking any of that bait. Not yet.
I don't know yet.
That's exactly what he said.
Haven't decided yet.
1-2 the count. Pitches away. The other interesting thing about Charlie's day is that he said when he came in this morning, ended up catching Fox Sports Arizona's re-air of the game. They aired about lunchtime. He said, I watched the whole game.
Well, it didn't take long. It was only 2 hours and 4 minutes.
2-2 the count.
Well, he's laying off some tough changeups. 3-2 now.
Manuel made the point that Ian Kennedy controlled the pace of the game from start to finish. He said he learned a few things about some of his hitters. The media went on to say, well, tell us what they are. And he said, I'm not about to tell you.
No, not a chance.
Runner goes on 3-2. That one lifted to left field. He has put his head down and been on a couple of baseballs in this game.
He hit that ball very well, but he hit it right at Gerardo Parra. So Daniel Hudson gets a bit of a break there. As Ibanez, another tough luck out. Stays on this one nicely. Another changeup. But Gerardo Parra runs it down. 1 big out.
Here's Pete Orr. Fly to center field, popped up to second base. Back to the screen, 1 ball and 1 strike. We trust to this point your night has been a good one. He's Mark Grace, and my name is Darren Sutton. Mark McClune is down below, keeping his eye on the Diamondbacks dugout. As Orr muscles that one in the shallow center field. Stephen Drew cannot make the play. And the man, the Canadian native, has himself a hit.
Take the Diamondbacks wherever you go. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every D-backs game on demand on your computer. Visit dbacks.com for details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere.
Make sure that front foot steps forward.
Good read. Love watching the youngster in there hitting.
This foot steps forward towards the ball every time.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Squishes the butt. So you got step and squish. Yes! Perfect.
And that's not just kid stuff. That is legitimate, really good technique that's being taught out there right now. That's not just, there you go. That's good instruction.
Atta boy.
Yeah, see, he's trying to tell him to keep that front foot towards the pitcher. That's good stuff.
One more, I'll give you another one.
Atta boy.
I like it. You'll get it.
The 1-1.
Hitting's not easy. Boy, Brian Schneider took a rip to try to tie this ball game up. Well, he is right on that pitch. He just fouled it straight back. He got his pitch, but he missed it.
Schneider also flied, remember, back in the 4th inning, right to the Geico sign. And Chris Young went all the way out there. Schneider certainly knowing that if he were back at home in Philadelphia, that would have been a hit. Sean Payton, by the way, our instructor up there for the Diamondbacks.
One of the best in the business.
Is always up there, Futures Field, is at a lot of the camps throughout the community when the Diamondbacks take their camps out. Great job, Sean.
Boy, he is. It's power on power right now. Be careful if you're Daniel Hudson. You got a little too much plate with that one as well. And Schneider had another big rip and fouled it straight back. I mean, this one's center cut right here, folks. Oh, dear. That's what I'm talking about. The slider, Darren Sutton.
Really hooked it, got on top of it.
Really nice pitch right there. Just darts right down out of the zone. No chance there. He had him sped up, cheating for those fastballs.
Ross Glode will pinch hit. Glode 3 of 15 this year. A couple of strikeouts. A well-traveled bench player. Over the outside, that's a strike off speed pitch. 0-1 the count. Glode last year played in some big games. He had 281 last year. Played in 94 games with 6 homers, Glode did.
Oh, there's another slider. That time he got it right where he wanted, underneath the hands.
Look at Miguel Montero a moment ago. He loved it. All right. No.
That's new rule. Got to get 3 outs.
If I'm out on that bump, I love my catcher trying to get me back in the dugout. 0-2 the count. Hudson, high fastball. Glode was ready for it. Into center field it goes. Young will just get it back into the cutoff man. The Phillies have 10 hits in this game. 5-3 is the score. It's getting interesting. Yeah. Very interesting.
Unfortunately, a really poor 0-2 pitch there from Daniel Hudson. He wanted to ride the fastball up and out of the strike zone. He wants it up. Watch Montero. I want it up here. Oh, no, I didn't get it up there. I got it belt high, and it cost him dearly. 0-2.
Boy, there's an art to coming off the bench, isn't there?
I wasn't very good at it.
It's tough, isn't it? Just a totally different mentality. Now, mind you, Grace, you talk about your inability to do it, but Glode is a guy who's kind of had to do it.
Yeah, that's been his role in the big leagues the last few years, and it's very difficult to do, but yet some guys are just much more adept at it than others. Ross Glode happens to be one of those guys that's really good at it. Now it's danger time if you're Daniel Hudson. You got to deal with a tough out here in Shane Victorino.
He drops a breaking ball in there, a slider. 0-1 the count. Victorino tripled in the first inning and scored. He singled in the 3rd inning. Leads this club in hits the last 3 seasons.
Oh, what a pitch. He ate him up. Doesn't look like it's going to stay in play, though.
You know, Roberts will give it a look.
Well, once again, 0-2. He tried to climb the ladder and throw a high fastball, and it got turned around by Ross Glode. Let's see what Miguel Montero and Daniel Hudson want to try to do here. I kind of like the changeup right now, to be honest with you.
Pitching coach Charles Nagy.
Tried to bring it to the inside corner, just missed.
The 1-2. Slider. And that was a spoil job. Tried to backdoor the slider.
That was a really good pitch, as you said.
Left-handed hitters this year against Hudson coming in hitting .233. The 1-2. Didn't get the corner again.
Yeah, that one stayed inside. Daniel Hudson wanted it, but that was clearly a ball inside. Clearly a ball inside. Tough to see where that corner is, but it is. It's in. Nice try there, framing it by Miguel Montero.
2-2, got him with the slider. Got him to chase his 3rd best pitch down into the dirt. So Hudson again had his back pinned against the ball a bit. 5-3 is the score. We've got ourselves a ball game. Ball brought to you by Fry's. Like us on Facebook during tonight's game and receive a coupon for huge savings. Fry's, fresh food, famous low prices. Porsche, visit Porsche of North Scottsdale at scottsdale.porschedealer.com. More mashing going on at Futures Field. Mike Zagurski takes the baseball, and he'll go to work. Folks taking a walk around the concourse at the ballpark. Don't walk too far. This game's gotten very interesting. Zagurski just called up from Lehigh Valley. He had pitched well down there. 3 1/3 innings, nothing allowed.
He's a big old boy. He kind of looks like an unmade bed, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And he's ready to go. Big Mike Zagurski.
Oh, man. Well, you know how I love those left-handed relievers, Darren.
Mike's an Omaha, Nebraska boy. There's a strike.
Yeah, just stay right on the mound. Let's play baseball.
Pitched at Kansas, University of Kansas.
Thought they only had basketball there.
Oh no, they've got a baseball team.
Gas.
93 from the left side. Earned his degree, Gracie. Maybe wants to come sit up like you once he retires.
Doggone right.
Communications degree.
Come on up here, Big Mike.
Zagurski with a breaking ball, and it's fouled off. Almost started sounding like the Jack Link's beef jerky guy there for a minute.
It sounded like he might have stopped by for a quick comment.
Says here 6 feet tall, 225.
Nope, that's wrong. He's about 275.
Curveball is high from Zagurski. 12th round pick of the Phillies back in 2005. Also went to community college in Kansas, Hudson Community College. Millard North High School in Omaha. Miguel Montero, deep drive to right field. That one is foul. Vic Carapazza right on it. He said, Miggy, a little bit to the right there, friend.
Head back to the plate and try your luck off this Kansas Jayhawk again. He catches hold of a fastball, just foul. Good call. Gas. Now, you know that happens after you go deep. Foul. Wait till you see how far I hit this next one. Well, get a Racing Gracie of your very own. Legend Race Gracie, me, will be the first bobblehead giveaway this season. Pick up me, courtesy of Henkel, on Thursday before the D-backs Cubs game. For tickets, call 602-462-4790 or visit dbacks.com/giveaway. Darren, I know you'll be first in line.
Anyway, Ryan Roberts takes a breaking ball for strike one.
Moving on.
My friend, I'm driving down the freeway coming to work today, and your racing likeness is up on a big billboard.
On a billboard?
Oh, yes.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
That's big league. That's really not. Billboard? I mean, is it me or is it the bobblehead?
Well, no, it's the Racing Gracie bobblehead, your
okay.
likeness.
I got you.
I just kept honking, screaming at it. It's all your fault. Breaking ball into Dandy. I need to get you to sign about 50 of them for me.
No, not doing it.
The 2-2.
Ooh, just missed the inside corner. 3-2.
What about a dozen or two?
No.
3-2 the count. Roberts, high drive into the left field corner. Ibanez to the wall, off the pole, out of here. Six to 3, a Fulton Holmes homer. Another $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. This guy just keeps on doing it.
Carlton Fisk-esque. Yeah, oh, it hits the pole. All right. Ryan Roberts, do it, son. He is having a great First 3 weeks of the season.
We've got tacos too, by the way.
I love those dancing tacos.
No, it's sauce packets.
Huh.
You can pick your flavor, and you like the fire or the hot. Hot would be, well, fire would be Roberts.
Great point.
Breaking ball misses low and away. Breaking ball hanging. Managed to put it on the ground. It is the second out of the inning. So Miranda has walked, flied out, and now grounded out. Mark McClune doing some all-star voting, and today was the first day. Big Mac, where you at?
Mark, you can just come to left center field. This is kind of the command center. We talked about the first ballot being cast today and kind of perusing the ballot here, seeing who you could vote for the National League and your Arizona Diamondbacks. And the usuals are on there, but guys, if you're coming out here and you want to vote for Ryan Roberts, who's having a heck of a night, you're going to have to write his name in. And once you do that and vote for your other favorite Diamondbacks, like, well, this is a Phillies fan, so go find a Diamondbacks fan and you can be on TV, sir. We'll let Ben, our intern, punch some ballots for us. But you punch the ballot just like this, and I don't know if you can still see me here, but we're going to just kind of walk here to the command center, and you'll see right here all of these voting stations, and you just put your ballot right in here. You can vote early, vote often, and hopefully get some Diamondbacks into the All-Star game.
Well done, Big Mac. Continue to vote. Stuff those ballot boxes. Do it online and write in Ryan Roberts. Why not? Garvey got written in one year. Like to see the youngsters and the young groups out at the game. The Lady Hawks are in the house. Glad to have them visiting. Having fun tonight as the Diamondbacks are on top. Sam Demmel will rock and fire. The right-hander out of Spring, Texas will take the assignment. ERA a very respectable 3.5. A guy who, well, certainly I feel anyway, and I think many would agree that could be growing into a breakout year. Struggled, has hit his speed bumps early on. Wicked stuff. It's just a matter of commanding it and of knowing when to use it. Xavier Nady takes over at first base, so that's who's on first now. The reason that move is made is because Nada is now in the 9 slot, and the pitcher spot is now in the 7 spot. There's Juan Miranda looking on. And as far as these Diamondbacks are concerned, against the Philadelphia Phillies, a big add-on run. They're
Huge.
up 3 with 9 outs to get.
Huge add-on run.
That is strike 1. The other thing you have to remember is for Hudson, who managed to battle his way through this game. He had 4 runs, as that one misses in, of total support in all 4 starts.
All year, huh? Well, he deserves some run support. And now he also deserves 3 innings of relief from his relievers.
Breaking ball. 2-1 the count. The 8th and the 9th inning have been when the Diamondbacks have the lead. I want to be clear on that. The 8th and the 9th inning have been short up. David Hernandez, J.J. Putz when Arizona has the lead. The 7th inning, not as much. They're still auditioning for that 7th inning role.
Well, if you ask me, this is the guy. Did he go? Well, he'd love to make Placido Polanco hit his way on if you're Sam Demmel. So right now, go ahead and just try to throw it right down the middle and take your chances. See if he's swinging.
Because he doesn't strike out.
And he walked.
So Polanco is walked. Now you have switch hitter Jimmy Rollins. Then you have left-handed slugger Ryan Howard. Joe Patterson is warming in the bullpen, the left-handed specialist.
You're going to have to use him probably against Howard. You know they're not going to pinch hit for Howard. There's Joe Patterson. Partner likes to call him Joe Pa.
I've enjoyed calling his name when he goes to work. He's been a pleasant surprise. Ryan Howard waits on deck. The Phillies have not scored more than 4 runs since April the 9th, a game at Atlanta.
Seems unheard of, doesn't it?
14 games ago.
A team this talented.
By the way, they're 9-5 in those 14 games. Everything moves. Is it commanded from that right arm of Demmel? Rollins flied to left and has singled a couple of times. Came in slumping and struggling. Came in 5 of his last 35. Pops that one up. Had a home run cut, didn't he?
But he's still a former MVP.
Oh, you bet.
He is a great one.
He came in struggling, but he's got 2 hits tonight when you don't want to get him hot. One and 2 the count. Popped up to left. Parr with a long run. And he hauls it in.
All right. Mr. Gibson, decision time. Do you stay with Sam Demmel? Or do you go to Joe Patterson, who is ready out in the Diamondback bullpen? He's not moving. It looks like it's going to be Sam Demmel. When the hat's off, that means I'm ready.
Bench coach Alan Trammell, Charles Nagy next to him, pitching coach. This is Ryan Howard. Big shift, swings at the first pitch, a cut fastball down and in.
Gorgeous fastball there to get ahead.
Roberts is essentially playing shortstop, and there you see all 3 defenders. That one ran the other way, 1-1. Cuts the fastball in. 2-1 the count to the slugger Howard. Ryan was 0 for 3 last night. Kirk Gibson has looked on as Howard has doubled, singled in a run, and flied to right. Pitch is low, 3-1 the count. He has gone 50 at bats without hitting a long ball.
Well, he's gotten himself in a good hitter's count, laying off a bunch of pitches out of the zone. Be careful here if you're Sam Demmel. Some indecision right there, so he steps off.
Looks like a 3-1 breaking ball is coming. It is, and it's rolled foul, 3-2. Got it in there enough.
Well, that is a nitro zone, though, for Ryan Howard. Demmel got away with that one. Now he needs to get away with another one.
Howard has big power to left, too, right? He'll hit it out to
power
left.
to left field. There's not a ballpark too big for him, any part of the ballpark.
Fastball away is coming.
And he walked him. 2 walks in this inning. The tightrope being walked right now by Sam Demmel.
Francisco coming to the table. He has not been able to eat. He has had runners on twice where he has been retired. His lone hit came with the bases empty. Struck out in the first with 2 runners on. Chased a high fastball from Daniel Hudson. Wrecking ball, a dandy, strike 1. Hudson in this ball game went 6 innings, scattered 10 hits, didn't walk anyone, and that was key. Gave up 3 runs. Daniel trying to win for the first time this year. Right there.
Back-to-back breaking balls, back-to-back pitches taken for strikes. Esmeling Vasquez and Joe Patterson still twirls it.
One and 2 the count. Yeah, if you're Hudson and you start adding walks to the mix, it's a different game. He needed 3 hits in each of the scoring innings to score runs, at least 3.
That's exactly right. Two gifts right now for the Phillies on first and second via the walk. And he's 2-2.
Roy Oswalt, a very short night. 3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. To a ton of changeups.
Now Sam Dillon needs to make a pitch and make it right here. You don't want to go to 3-2. You need to make it happen right now.
Made a pitch. He ran that fastball in on his kitchen. Well, when he was acquired last summer, you started to look at what he had done in the minor leagues and you wondered what was holding him back. One of the best bullpens in baseball was holding him back in Oakland. Trying to seize his chance here. Breaking ball.
but just able to tap it foul.
In Demmel's outings, and he has made 10 of them, he has only been scored upon twice. In his last 5 outings, he has been unscored upon. 3 of those on this recent road trip to Cincinnati and New York.
There's way too much attention being paid. And it just looks like not knowing what to do right now with Sam Demmel. You can tell his body language. And the guy, Ryan Howard and Placido Polanco are not going anywhere. It's just indecision right now on Sam Demmel on what I want to throw. You come set, maybe I don't want to throw that after all. So you do a little spin move or something like that to regroup.
The 2-2. Got it. Chased a cut fastball that never, ever was over the wide of the plate.
Well, whatever the indecision was, he came back with the cut fastball, and you can see, never on the plate, as you said, but, boy, Ben Francisco having a tough day with fellas on base. Kirk Gibson going to come out, take the ball from Sam Demmel. Raul Ibanez, left-handed hitter. Let's see if he stays on to face Joe Pa, as my partner likes to call him, Joe Patterson. Clock on in, son.
Been out here on this highway, breathing diesel.
Run. The balls have come floating up to the plate and had all sorts of different looks to them, especially down low with that unique arm angle for Joe Patterson. And this is a big situation for the young left-hander.
Youngster on veteran. Oh, what a start. Right out of the right field foul pole that breaking ball came from.
Verizon called to the bullpen, 10 appearances, has not allowed a run. He has inherited 14 runners. Only 2 have scored. Arizona doing a better job in keeping those runners from scoring. Inside.
Look at the fastball there. Not a hard thrower as Joe Patterson, but he's just so unique. I mean, his heel is on the far left side of the rubber. That one missed.
Now, Manuel had a choice here, and it's a choice that he's been asked about by the members of the media, and that's to go with John Mayberry Jr., a right-handed hitter who handles left-handed pitchers well. He didn't do it. He stuck with his guy, his veteran. Lefty on lefty.
Nice 3-1 now after jumping ahead.
Raul is 3 of 21 this year against southpaws. Patterson won a College World Series title at Oregon State. Was a key member of that team.
Good pitch to the outside corner, 3-2.
Runners will be going. So, breaking ball or fastball?
Well, his best. This is going to be his only hitter. I don't give in here. I throw the pitch that I think I can get him out, and I think that pitch in Joe's mind is the breaking ball.
3-2. It is the breaking ball, and he rushed it to the plate. 3
walks in this inning.
Now it looks like Mayberry has a bat and has come out of the dugout. Now you have Esmerling Vasquez warming. We will see who we see.
Well, I'm sure they're going to wait for Mayberry to be announced. And once he is, you're going to see Kirk Gibson
for Pete or number 15.
Come to the mound again.
John
so
Mayberry.
Patterson follows suit and walks him full.
Rapid rewards, unlimited reward seats, no blackout dates. Fast, reliable, secure, heavy-duty internet from Quest. Letting time fly by in the time-lapse photography. Let us hope that Esmerling Vasquez can find that strike zone early and often. Coming on for the 7th time this year, a very respectable 2.84 ERA. He has only inherited 2 runners, though. This is a different situation. And John Mayberry gets the call. The bases are full. Mayberry 4 for 9 this year against right-handed pitching. 3 of 11 against lefties.
Boy, Esmerling Vasquez, what a situation he's inherited. Bags full of Phillies, and not a one of them earned their way on. They were all 3 walked by D-back relievers. Boy, what a spot for Vasquez.
1-0 the count as he misses in. Arizona relief pitchers have inherited 54 runners. 17 have scored at about a clip of 32%. Middle of the pack in the National League. Sam Demmel looks on. His runners are out there. Hot shot, foul ball, 1-1. Fastball, changeup, and then a curveball from Vasquez. He really has switched to throwing the curveball more than the slider.
And Mayberry was really sitting on that fastball there. He was just a little too quick with it. 93 miles an hour, and you get it pulled foul. He's sitting on 1 pitch and 1 pitch only, and he's looking to pull it out of the ballpark and give his team the lead. Makes you think if he can control an off-speed pitch here, he could probably get a swing and a miss or get him off the end of the bat for an out.
John's a big young man, 6'6", 219 pounds.
Oh, what a pitch right there. Another 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Knee high inside corner to jump ahead, 1-2. That's just beautifully executed. Does he have the put away, folks? Let's see if he does. 1-2. He's got the hammer.
The 1-2. Fastball to right field. He beat him with that fastball, and he left the bases loaded.
Nicely done, young man.
Diamondbacks with the lead here against the Philadelphia Phillies. Here in the Diamond Club, Jody Jackson alongside Joe Borowski. We're getting set for Quest Diamondbacks Live, our post-game show, and a great job by Esmeralda Vasquez to get out of that jam. But let's talk about the offense for a minute. Frankly, surprising to see 6 runs today so far against the Phillies, 4 last night against Cliff Lee. The offense has really taken advantage of some situations, Joe.
Anytime you face quality pitchers like the Phillies could throw at you, you have to find different ways to scratch across runs. I'll tell you why, the Diamondbacks' ability to extend innings proved to be the undoing for Roy Oswalt.
I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the offense and on Daniel Hudson, who really battled tonight. Yes. And, you know, hopefully he'll be rewarded, guys.
Good stuff. Look forward to that. My mom thinks I'm at the library. Well done.
I like that a lot. There you go. Winning.
D-backs value. Duh. Strap the duh on there.
Duh.
I like that.
Winning.
Wilson Valdez is at second base. The man on the mound, Herndon, the right-hander, takes the baseball. Xavier Nady, his opportunity at 250. Drove in a run last night. Fights that one off into right field. He'll take that.
Doggone right he will.
X marks the spot.
Oh, that's just fabulous.
And the numbers for David Herndon. His 10th appearance of the season. He is a busy reliever.
Diamondbacks dodged a bullet in the top half of this inning. Found a way to put a donut on the board, as you see Wilson Valdez at second base. Kind of lets you know they probably don't have enough runs yet, so it wouldn't hurt to get some insurance.
Gobbled up. There's one. Valdez turns it. That is quickly a double play. Young scalded that ball, but right at Placido Polanco.
Nice pickup, perfect feed over to Valdez, and he does the rest. An easy double play.
0-1 the count to Kelly Johnson. Singled in the third inning. 1 for 3. Breaking ball. Howard snags it. Is he going to get to the bag? He didn't get to the bag. Herndon irate himself.
As he should be. That's such a great play by Ryan Howard. Doggone it. Shucks. What a great pick up there, and then nobody's home. And then the expletives game. Good hustle there by Kelly Johnson as well. So give him a hit there, and that looked like a Mike Fetters look in there, didn't it?
He is irate with himself.
Mad.
So now Justin Upton.
Well, let's see if that comes back to haunt Herndon here.
Kind of feel it, Gracie.
Do you?
Just saying. Outside.
He overthrew that one bad. He is, right now, he's so angry, and he's angry at himself because this is the play right here. That's base hit. Oh, hey! And Kelly Johnson running hard all the way, beats him to the bag.
What an empty feeling.
And you learn that even before high school. The minute that ball's hit to the right side, if you're a pitcher, you got one place to be, and that's first base.
Big jump. Kelly Johnson stole it.
I love that brand of baseball. Right now, you got a pitcher out there that is thinking about other things, irate with himself, and you forget about the base runner. No chance for Schneider. Easy stolen base for Kelly Johnson. And all that does is just add to the anger right now for Herndon.
That's Kelly's second stolen base of the night. 4 stolen bases this year.
Nice slider there from Herndon to get to 2-1.
Arizona with 22 team stolen bases. That puts them tied for 5th in baseball with the Cincinnati Reds. Kansas City has 30 to lead the game. Angry, spikes it into the dirt.
And once again, let's just add a little heat to a really hot pitcher right now. Once again, a fastball spiked into the ground. No chance there for Schneider. You don't have time to get down and block fastballs. So now Kelly Johnson, who should have been an out but ends up getting a base hit because Herndon didn't get over to first base. Well, he steals second, and now he's on third base with a wild pitch. And a big count to 10 there from Herndon, I think, behind the mound. Slider there, swung through by Justin. Tried to do a little too much with that one. Right now, all you need is a base hit. You don't need a home run. Sure, homer would be nice, but right now, a little ground ball out to Shane Victorino in center field would be great.
Runner at third. Full count. Broke his bat. That's all you need, and that is a huge add-on run. So much better than what these Diamondbacks will tell you they saw in the past, and that word was strikeout. That's contact.
Bat breaks in half. But one thing we know about Justin, he is just so doggone strong. He finds a way to get it out there. And I suggest anybody staying near the Philadelphia Philly Hotel tonight, stay away from that man right there, because he just may box your ears. He is very unhappy. And as he should be.
7-3 the score. Don't forget, folks, we'll see you down here lunchtime tomorrow. Day baseball, 12:40 first pitch. If you can't make it down to the ballpark, we really would love to have you come down, but if you cannot, we'll catch you on Fox Sports Arizona.
Well, I would imagine Justin Upton's got the green light as well. One thing we know about Kirk Gibson, he loves to press the accelerator when he's got the lead. Especially right now, you've got a volcanic pitcher on the mound as far as temper-wise.
We'll be with you tomorrow. We're calling it Take Gracie to Work Day.
That's right, we are.
You can get that. If you can't make it down, we want to encourage you to come down.
Yeah, just take me to work with you.
If not, take Gracie. Outside, 2-0 the count. So we're calling all weekday daytime telecasts this year. Take Gracie to Work Day. Like take your son to work.
Oh, take me.
Take Gracie. Justin staying put for now.
The D-backs Pepsi Max Value Pack is a great deal. A lower level bleacher ticket, a regular hot dog, a 24-ounce Pepsi, and a 20-ounce bottle of Pepsi Max for only $19. Available every game, every day. Visit dbacks.com/value or call 602-462-4787. That's a big league deal right there, folks.
Look at that little one. What a cutie. Got the bib on. Has all the goodies. 2-1. Runner on the move. That time they were ready for it. Didn't get the break he wanted. He did pick up an RBI, though. Mr. Herndon, none too pleased. Take Gracie to work tomorrow. We have opened up that purple vault. Home runs number 12 and 13, tying the National League record for the month of April. Luis Gonzalez. A fine memory, certainly, as we welcome you back. Former All-Star. Home Run Derby champion, world champion. Three-time All-Star, four-time All-Star for you, Gracie. Three-time All-Star.
Thanks for the try, but just 3.
Ryan Schneider, Esmerling Vasquez. The pitch is away. 1-0 the count.
Well, the pitch of the night so far was made by Esmerling Vasquez. Last inning to retire John Mayberry with the bases loaded. And kudos to the Diamondback offense. Came out and got a bit of a gift run. Kelly Johnson hustling all the way, getting to first base on a mental mistake by Philly hurler David Herndon, not covering first base, but then he went on to steal second and score on Justin Upton's hit.
Two and one the count. Let's see if he can turn loose a fastball here.
There you go.
Outside, 3-1. You can really set the pace a bit as a reliever. You can either open that door back up for a visiting first place team or close it.
Exactly.
That one is belted. Schneider. CY has room again.
He needs to quit picking on CY.
I'm guaranteeing you Schneider's got to hate this ballpark, because that's twice he has shot that gap in left center field, or that's a homer just about anywhere else.
Yeah, we've talked about what a pitcher's ballpark this is, and this is a big reason right here. Those spacious gaps, 413 long feet to the gaps here. And Esmeling Vasquez, to his credit, he threw the fastball, and 3-1, challenged him to hit it out of here, and CY ran it down. Beautifully done.
Wilson Valdez came on, part of a double switch. Fastball sails up and in. Great analysis. Certainly a hitter's ballpark, though. 1-0 the count. There's the strike.
Oh dear.
My.
Oh dear. Right in on the thumbs of Valdez. I mean, right off his batting gloves. Goodness.
One ball, two strikes. Right behind home plate, that unique box. Those great seats. Home plate box. Well, what a great view it is. Love that spot. Swing and a miss. There's that curveball. He kept it in his pocket. Broke it out at the right time. A big strikeout. Not the slider anymore, the curveball.
Well, you're thinking 94 miles an hour, and then you get that great curveball right there from Esmeling. Nice job so far from Esmeling. Just come in, got out of a bases loaded jam, and then quickly disposed of the first two hitters here in the 8th inning.
Shane Victorino takes a changeup outside.
Like to see him use that fastball here up 4 runs.
You like that, like when hitters drive it in the gap?
Yeah.
Instead of bunting?
Just go ahead and use that fastball.
Let's see.
That's what I'm talking about.
1-1 the count.
Fastball, 94 miles an hour right there on the corner.
Mark Grace along with Darren Sutton, glad to have you with us. Diamondbacks lead it 7-3. Breaking ball, that's the curve ball. You like that one?
I do like that one.
All right.
He's thrown a couple of nice ones here in this inning. Didn't really see that much out of Esmeling last year with the breaking ball. He was basically fastball changeup. It's a nice little weapon to have for him.
Didn't command the slider, decided to go with this pitch. On 1-2. Changeup right back to the mound. Oh, you love a man who fields his position. 1, 2, 3 go the Philadelphia Phillies. is the Philadelphia Phillies, after all, who have stranded 10 base runners. 10. Arizona just a pair. They lead it, as Herndon has a chance to acquit himself this inning after a frustrating inning with a mental lapse and a visible temper that I think his opponent saw very clearly and took advantage of.
Nice little change up there, but you're right. A lot of times, well, when you lose control out there, you lose control of your emotions. I mean, it's like throwing chum in the water for the feeding frenzy. Next thing you know, a stolen base, a wild pitch, broken bat base hit, and he's given up an earned run.
Two and one to Stephen Drew outside. 3-1 to Stephen. Drew singled in a run in the third inning. Line to short in the second inning. He's got 12 hits in his last 9 games. And the interesting thing, 3 of them are doubles, 2 of them are triples, 1 of them a homer. Hitting .350 in his last week and a half. Outside, he'll take a walk. Our good friends and partners with FoxSportsArizona.com have some fun stuff lined up. Your home for exclusive coverage of the Diamondbacks, plus ASU baseball streaming live this weekend when the 9th-ranked Sun Devils take on Stanford. It begins Friday at 6:30. FoxSportsArizona.com. Here is Miguel Montero. Miguel singled and scored in the second inning. Grounded out to short and struck out. Oh, 0-1. I know you reached out, made a great effort on that foul ball, and ended up just a little bit over. What happened over there?
Well, Kevin Towers, general manager over there in the general manager's booth, he booted it.
Really?
He booted it over there, yeah. I'm giving him the business.
High pop up and into the seats it'll go. So just to be clear on what you're saying, Kevin Towers is the one that...
Yeah, the GM, yeah, that's Kevin right there. He booted it.
Did he really?
Yeah, I mean, he gave it the effort, but it was minimal. KT, a fine GM, but former pitcher, terrible hands.
Oh, that's a shame. Runner goes, throw down. Got him. Boy, what a pretty throw. Take it off on 0-2. I mean, right on the money from Schneider.
And it had to be right on the money. Stephen Drew. Yeah, that's just a perfect throw. Good tag there by Rollins. Nicely done there by Brian Schneider, the veteran.
Curveball, Miguel drives it to right. Francisco has it knuckle on him a bit, but he makes the play for the out. APS Energy All-Star. What hasn't he done in the last couple of weeks? And to think that if Jeff Blum would have been healthy, Ryan Roberts would be in Reno. Over the railing with a great play. A beautiful piece of hitting on a breaking ball. And oh, by the way, ding dong, the pitch is dead. Right off the foul pole. And it has been a huge, huge night for Roberts. It's been a huge couple of weeks. He has made it that Kirk Gibson easily can pencil his
Well, you have to ask yourself the question, where would this Diamondback team be without Ryan Roberts?
Well, now you lose Willie Bloomquist. And Bloomquist was running the bases, doing big things. Roberts
driving in runs, yeah. Now it's this guy's turn. He's been doing it every time his name's called. Well, now his name's called every day.
had a huge spring.
Better than anybody in baseball, Ryan Roberts' spring was.
And again, not to beat an injured knee, if you will, but he still wouldn't have made the team if Blum were to be healthy. Picked on a breaking ball that time. It's popped up to right field. Racing in And putting it away is Francisco. We move on to the 9th inning. 3 big outs to get. The Purple Vault. April 26th, this date 2004, Richie Sexson hit his face. 500-foot home run for Sexson. There was not much help to follow. As injuries, shoulder, caused Richie to go down soon thereafter, and a season of many losses followed. Tough way to begin your broadcasting career with 111 losses.
111 losses my first year in the booth up here with Tom Brenneman.
David Hernandez, a one-time starter, now a reliever. Sacramento born and raised. Jumps a fastball up out of the zone to Placido Polanco. Now, you look back at the Philadelphia Phillies and those 3 walks that were issued in the 7th inning. What that did was push the order back to the top to where you have to get through the teeth.
Now you're going to face Polanco, Rollins, Howard, and the rest of these big old ornery Phillies as David Hernandez falls behind 2-0.
Started last year as a starter. 8 starts, a 5.31 ERA. As a reliever, as that one is a strike. His ERA literally half that in the 43 games out of the bullpen. Half the 5.31 as a starter. Popped that one up. And outside. Oh, good effort there, pal. Almost had it.
Yeah, I keep just missing.
So you think, folks at home, that Roy Halladay will win the most games this season?
That's what I thought. Not that those other guys aren't capable of winning a boatload.
Well, my vote is for Cole Hamels.
All due respect to Cole, there he is. That's not a good guess.
3-2 the count. There's Roy Halladay. Sitting next to Joe Blanton, who sometimes must feel like the 4th Musketeer.
5th Beatle.
Or the 5th Beatle. Joe Saunders is on the mound tomorrow. Cole Hamels is on the mound for Philadelphia. I scare you, did I?
No, just had a little funny down the line there.
Oh, my. I missed that.
Just fell on his wallet and showed everybody he's just fine.
The 3-2. What's the word down there? So you're going to have to go sit down somewhere, sir. Out. Security?
Sir, get that beer out of my face, please. Excuse me. He's just in his ear, isn't he?
The 3-2. Buried a fastball in on his hand. Blanco, 1 out, 2 to get for a victory over the Phillies. Arizona trying to put this game away. If they do, it would be their 3rd series win of the year. Twice they won a series already against the Reds. Phillies have lost just 1 series this year to Milwaukee last Monday through Wednesday. And should they hold on and should they win this game, you never pack the bats until the game is over. But should it occur, you wonder what in the world happened in New York.
That just wasn't good in New York. I wasn't there but the last game, and I saw a bad game. I know that much. I don't know what kind of tomfoolery you and Luis Gonzalez were up to on Friday and Saturday, but it led for a dark Sunday.
Well, we weren't up to anything good, obviously.
Boy.
The 1-1. Beat him with a fastball. Rollins. Hernandez can be a real handful. His fastball is explosive. It jumps at the plate. He'll throw a breaking ball, a curveball out of that. A rare changeup, not many. There's that curveball. Rollins is done.
What a pitch that was. A couple of fastballs, and that leads to that swing and miss. Beautiful breaking ball there from Hernandez, and the Phillies are now down to their final gasp.
And it is Ryan Howard, who with the bases empty cannot hit a grand slam.
Oh, no.
Like one.
All right, folks, let's stand up for this last out. All right. Come on, folks. No, all you guys. Stand up. Here we go.
I mean, it is the Phillies.
Come on, folks.
The 0-1. Belted into right field. And a base hit for Howard. Philadelphia came in first place in the Eastern Division. Florida beat Los Angeles 4-2. So should the Diamondbacks hold on, the Marlins will move into first place.
Have we said it's always a good day when the Dodgers lose?
Well, it is. Them and the Brewers, but they won.
Oh, the Brewers, really? Not a big fan of them, huh?
I just thought I'd add that.
Okay.
Right there. Remember, the Phillies are a team that won 97 games last year. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Nice block there. Last time the Diamondbacks won a 3-game series against the Phillies here was last year. That one is crushed off the bat of Francisco. That one will sail way out of here. Ben Francisco with his 4th home run of the year. These Phillies fans that have visited, they take this opportunity to stand up and cheer.
They have a great following nationwide. So after 2 quick outs, David Hernandez gives up a line drive base hit and a long line drive home run. And that'll bring up Raul Ibanez. If you're wondering about J.J. Putz out in the bullpen, he is not up. Bullpen is quiet as we speak. This is David Hernandez's game.
Which is interesting. We've seen a lot of managers, quote unquote, take care of their closers in that situation. Go get your closer, get him a save. You can get that last out.
He's just showing some confidence right now in David Hernandez. J.J. Putz is not. I don't even see him in the bullpen. He's just out there hanging around back inside that door. Saying, David Hernandez, you got it, pal.
And obviously you cannot create your own save, so this is not a save situation for Hernandez. Well, you hope Putz is okay.
Oh, I think he's fine.
I think it's a natural thing to say. 2-1 the count. And you at least would think you'd see him maybe playing catch.
Yeah, there's nobody home down there.
2-2. Soon may be a moot point.
Maybe the phone's broken. There's Jeff Matusas. He's not catching any bullpens.
Ibanez drives it. Upton going back. He's got room. And Arizona wins it 7-5. They win the series over the Philadelphia Phillies. They hope they're not done, certainly, with a noon game tomorrow, 12:40. Series wins this year. 2 over Cincinnati, 1 over Philadelphia. Time to get it on going to the post-game show. A lot to talk about. Joe, Jody, take it now.